Coast Trail, a 3.36-kilometer expanse of technical single-track paths, towering cliffs, and technical terrain, served as the setting for a high-stakes hunt for a missing witness. Wyatt Donner, the sole witness against the son of mob boss Jason Craner, had vanished into the morsy mist of the Cape Royal Trail, pursued by both the SJPD and a professional assassin named Serena Rickett. This case pushed Mark Hudson and Rex into the wilds, where their relationship was tested by a forced proximity that stripped away the formalities of the department. Mark, a man who takes his job very seriously and struggles with the emotional ghost of his predecessor, found himself bleeding out in a black spruce forest while protecting the witness. Tactical breakdown. The Cape Royal operation. The environment was a perverse island wind and February rain, creating a metaphorical abyss for the characters. The assassin, Serena Rickett, used her knowledge of the terrain to set false trails, a maneuver Rex was able to counter by identifying the chemical signature of the spray paint she used to disable surveillance cameras. Element detail tactical, impact opposition Serena Rickett, Halifax-based hitwoman, skilled in lethal force and misdirection. Environment Tuckamore Forest, zero cell signal, hinders radio communication, isolates the tactical team. Witness status Wyatt Donner, traumatized, sheet-baked, requires constant protection, prone to panic. K9. Deployment tracking via scent fragments and sound. Rex identifies the assassin's position via the spray paint scent. The resolution of the operation required a two-man job between Mark and Rex, echoing the telepathic bond Charlie Hudson once possessed. Mark's willingness to stay behind and draw the assassin's fire, while Jesse and Rex extracted the witness, served as his official ascent into the role of the department's hero, though he remained a shell of a man compared to the warmth the fans associated with Charlie. The case concluded with the takedown of the Craner organization. But the emotional cost was evident in Sarah's sleepwalking reaction to Mark's injury, a reminder that grief doesn't have a timeline. Themes of reconstruction and the K9 bond, the overarching narrative of this era, is one of character assassination and memory bleaching, as the production attempted to move past the era of Charlie Hudson and the original Rex, Diesel. The audience perceived the shift from a comfort food show about a bond between a human and his dog to a militaristic police procedural. The Chara love saga, the unfinished story of Charlie and Sarah, was left relegated to flashbacks, while Sarah was seen drifting without direction. The decision to name the new detective Mark Hudson was analyzed as a branding over storytelling choice, a solution born of the producer's desperation to keep the show's title while firing the lead actor following his cancer treatment. Comparative dynamics of the Hudson partners. The narrative structure of the season highlighted the differences between the two lead detectives, a comparison that fueled much of the public's backlash. Characteristic Charlie Hudson. Lega Mark Hudson. Current. Background mystery. Novel enthusiast. Companion seeker. Military tactical operative. Action-packed lead. Living situation: shared a home with Sarah and Rex. Lives in a trailer by the lake. Bond with Rex unbreakable. Telepathic. Saving Rex from death. Tactical, muscle first, forced rapport. Tone of drama warm, family-oriented, relationship-driven. Rigid, police procedural, action-focused. The return of Rupert Mankiewicz, Charlie's nemesis, served as a cruel irony, as the criminal mastermind targeted the team precisely because he understood the emotional logic of Charlie's world, a world the new administration was trying to erase. The use of flashbacks like nothing happened was seen by fans as a pathetic grasp at a storyline, emphasizing the lack of chemistry between the new lead and the established cast. Sensory landscapes and local texture. The Rock of Newfoundland serves as the third protagonist in this saga. A detailed novelistic expansion must capture the fausty smell of wet black spruce on the East Coast Trail and the duckish light that settles over the harbor at sunset. The city of St. John's is described as 500 years young, a place where people are jovial and courteous. Yet the hills are so steep that managing them in winter requires lots of salt. The sensory experience of the team is often defined by the mauzy fog that seeps into the soul and the stinky, pungent smell of the docks. For Sarah, the forensics lab is a refuge of antiseptic and paint-fresh surfaces, a sharp contrast to the muddy puddles and blistering wind of the outdoor crime scenes. Linguistic and cultural vibe of the Rock. The team's interactions are peppered with Newfoundland English, a rapid-fire patois that often baffles those from away. Phrase meaning context in narrative wadayat. What are you doing? How are you? A common greeting between the detectives and locals. Best kind, by great, satisfied. Used to describe a successful raid or a good meal. Mousy cloudy, foggy, drizzly. Describes the atmosphere of a crime scene on Signal Hill. Duckish dusk, the last light. The time of day when abductions or clandestine deals occur. The narrative suggests that while the warm fuzzies of the previous seasons have been replaced by a militaristic tone, the spirit of an old fishing outport still permeates the city. The team must navigate the racket of the harbor and the dunch of long stakeouts, finding a way to remain centered and grounded in a landscape that is fidgeting and precarious. The final stand against the Craner mob and the resolution of the Devereaux and Kaufman cases proved that even a Temu version of the team could function under pressure. However, the heart of the program, the bond between human and animal, remains the only thing capable of bridging the gap between the lost legacy of Charlie Hudson and the tactical future of Mark Hudson. As the mist clears from Signal Hill, the city of Street John stands spectacular and rugged, waiting for the next puzzling crime and the dog who will inevitably solve it. The Street John's major crimes narrative, a synthesis of romance, suspense, and forensic reconstruction in Season 8. The Coast John's Newfoundland serves as more than a mere backdrop for the 8th season of the Major Crimes Division. It functions as a psychological catalyst that mirrors the internal transformations of the team. The transition from the long-standing partnership of Detective Charlie Hudson and Rex to the tactical integration of Detective Mark Hudson introduces a shift from intuitive investigation to a survivalist, high-stakes methodology. This report provides an exhaustive narrative reconstruction of the pivotal cases defining this period, weaving the threads of romantic loss, professional evolution, and the intricate technical forensic procedures that characterize the Street John's Police Department, SJPD, under the leadership of Superintendent Joseph Donovan. The fog of memory. Navigating the absence of Charlie Hudson. The narrative foundation of this period is built upon the profound absence of Detective Charlie Hudson, who disappeared during a mission in Central America to rescue his brother, Jack. The report from Mark Hudson, who joined the team as Charlie's replacement, indicates that Charlie took a bullet to save his brother, leaving the team, and especially Chief of Forensics Sarah Truong, in a state of unresolved grief. This no-body, no-closure scenario creates a romantic suspense arc that permeates every investigation, as Sarah struggles to reconcile her duty as a detective and forensics expert with her personal devastation. Character. Current internal conflict relationship with Rex. In Season 8, Professional status. Sarah Truong, grief-stricken by Charlie's unconfirmed death. Co-handler, maternal, and protective. Chief of Forensics. Occasionally acts as field detective. Mark Hudson, outsider, attempting to honor a legacy while maintaining military stoicism. Tactical partner. Relies on Rex for survivalist missions. Lead detective, major crimes. Jesse Mills, navigating promotion while missing his mentor. Believes Rex is a member of the family. Detective, Electronic Crime Division Chief, Joseph Donovan. Donovan, maintaining unit cohesion during a period of high turnover. Strategic user of Rex's special skills. Superintendent. The environmental setting of Street Johns contributes significantly to this atmosphere. The city, described as North America's most easterly point, is defined by its jelly bean row houses and steep, winding hills that are often blanketed in a dense fog generated by the meeting of the Labrador Current and the Gulf Stream. This fog serves as a literary metaphor for the uncertainty surrounding Charlie's fate, clouding the judgment of the team and creating a sense of isolation that Mark Hudson must navigate as he attempts to build rapport with Sarah and Rex.